In Market Mania, an update on 50 Cent, not the rapper, but the 50 Cent options trader. Scott Bauer, the CEO of Prosper Trading Academy, is here. Scott, bring us up to date on this very unusual trader.
Sure. So it was about 3 weeks or so ago when the VIX was trading in the low 20s. I don't know the exact point. I think it may have been 20 and a half, 21, maybe a tad lower. And 50 Cent, and we don't know his real name, but it is either a fund or a person, a couple times a year will come into the VIX when VIX is trading historically pretty low and load up, just buy a ton of 50 cent options that are trading 50 cents at the time. So what he did 3 weeks ago or so, he bought the May 50 calls for 50 cents. He bought about 100,000 of those. And, he's been an indicator in the past that maybe VIX is going to go up. And let me be very clear to everybody, Angie, we don't know exactly what he's doing with these options, whether he is just literally buying them and then selling them, buying them to hedge a different position. Maybe he's got something else. However, he has been a pretty decent indication in the past of where volatility may go.
It's also fascinating, and indeed, volatility spiked, especially on Monday. Is the 50 Cent trader making a ton of cash?
Well, if he timed his exits, then yes, because when the market really sold off earlier in the week and even last week, those options went up as high as $1.10 or so. And that was with the VIX trading at 28, 29. But now, with volatility back down and the VIX back down to almost where it was when he bought these options, those options are just slightly higher now. They're trading in the 55 to 60 cent range. So if he timed his exits appropriately, then yeah, he doubled his money.
While I have you here, I have to ask you, the feeling I'm getting from traders on the show with this banking bungle problem that's going on is do not panic.
Well, so there's a difference between us traders and maybe some of the retail public, right? Those of us that are kind of long in the tooth who have been around here for a while, and I've been doing this over 30 years. No, there's no panic. There's certainly, maybe some heightened concern, but there's no panic. We love opportunities like this when volatility, quite frankly, gets out of hand. In terms of more general, the overall market, definitely concern, but panic, no. This is, in my opinion, way different than what happened in '08. And, I don't believe this is going to lead to anything systemic.
What do you think the VIX is telling us as far as fluctuations that are coming up in the stock market?
Sure. Well, the VIX is telling us that this is, let's call it an isolated incident. When I say isolated, I'm not meaning just one or two banks, but this is not going to be a contagion. Also, what we have to remember, in addition to what's going on with some of these banks right now, we also got some economic reports here that are easing people's minds that inflation is easing a little bit here. So that is why the VIX is down. I mean, it's off its highs of 30 a few days ago, back down into the very low 20s. This is still historically very high, but it's kind of the bottom end level. It's really at the bottom of the range for where we've been for, over the last year and a half.
Terrific information. Thank you, Scott.
You got it.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.